My name's Amanda Murphy, and I'm a quilting expert with Bernina, and I wanted to show you the fabrics that we'll be using for Bernina's 125th anniversary quilt that we'll be having as a sew-along on We All Sew on Bernina's blog. So I wanted to walk through those prints with you today. So this first print is really the feature print of the collection. The collection is called Jubilee. It's printed by Benartex for Bernina. And this is the feature print, and it was built upon the paisley that Bernina had for its 125th anniversary campaign, and then I enlarged that paisley by drawing other paisleys in this same style and making them repeat down the fabric. There's also a lot of medallions, and if you look closely at the Bernina embroidery collection, you'll see that those medallions coordinate with the embroidery collection for Jubilee. So this print actually comes in other colorways, which I'll be showing you later, but this gives you a good idea of the overall look of the quilt. It really sets the tone for this quilt. Bernina wanted everything to be in line with their gold and white campaign, and they wanted it to be very elegant. So this print kind of sets the tone for that in the quilt. Now this print, the floral, let me open this up so you can see it. It's probably my favorite print in the collection, and you can see why here. It's the Pearlized Finish. This comes in several different colorways. We're using the dark gold for this quilt, and this is gonna basically make the framework of the quilt. The octagons will be made in this, and also the dark parts of the blocks themselves. So this is a kind of a floral motif, but it's a little modern. And I made it a little more modern because I wanted to contrast with the very traditional feel of a paisley. So this is the floral print we'll be using. Okay, next up is this little black and white or black and cream print. And I paired this with the floral print to make the block. So we have a light and a dark. But the little black leaves add just an element of surprise, which is nice in a print like this. You know, I haven't said yet, you guys probably have a peek at this golden rotary cutter, and this is coming with the limited edition Bernina machines that celebrate the anniversary, and there's some golden scissors as well. I just think they're so beautiful, and they make the fabrics look even better, so I just love them. Next up, there's a cream on cream print. Now this print we will use for the applique behind the machine embroidery. It's just a general neutral print. It's actually made off of the same SKU as that paisley print. It just has very low contrast. So that's going to provide some background to our embroidery. Next we have the golden berries print. Now normally this would be a pretty light print really, but in this collection it's functioning as the medium tone, and it's going to be used behind the golden cornerstones. So the embroidered cornerstones, I should say. Then we have the herringbone print. This print in the collection actually comes in black and red as well, all detailed with gold. So that's a gold metallic in the print. I designed this print specifically to be used in bindings, and it looks really exceptional in the binding. So that's what we'll be using for the binding. And then last but not least, I have the blender. And I don't know if you can see this on camera, but this is actually a pearlized print as well. And it really looks luminous. And we have a lot of yardage of this one because we'll be using it as the background of the borders of this piece. And that's where a lot of the modern interest comes, and a lot of the really fun quilting comes. It comes in the border, and it kind of reflects that octagon shape that is in the quilt overall. So those are the fabrics we'll be using. I'll be back to show you just some other prints in the collection so you can get a feeling for the full range of the collection. Again, this is Jubilee, printed by Benartex for Bernina's 125th anniversary. Okay, so I'm back. My name's Amanda Murphy, and I wanted to show you some of the other Jubilee prints that we did to commemorate Bernina's 125th anniversary. So you remember that feature print that was in gold and kind of a light butter color? It also comes in a bunch of other colors. So this is the black and gold. I should say that all these paisley prints I'm going to show you also come in wide back, so that's something to keep in mind. This is the black and white print, and I love how modern this looks. I mean, if you think about it, Paisley's pretty traditional, but the way these colors are done, it comes across as much more modern, and there's a lot of graphic interest in this print. So I really enjoyed coloring this one. Then, of course, it's always nice to have a solid, and this is a dark gray on black. It actually looks lighter on the camera because my iPhone is doing tricks and changing the color, but as you can see, if I come back, you can truly see what this looks like. So it's a black and a dark gray. We use this as backing to great effect. It really looks spectacular. Then we have the red version. So as you guys know, Bernina's color in their logo is red. So we did a red to match their logo. And this is really fun as well. It would make a good Christmas quilt too. Just to show you a few other prints in the collection, I didn't use this in the 125th quilt, although I did use it in the other Jubilee quilts. Here's just a blender with ovals in it, a little bit of metallic. It comes in black. It actually comes in red too. It comes in white. So that's kind of a modern blender for you. And then this is definitely my favorite print in the collection. Let me move the rotary cutter over here. This is the floral. You saw it in a dark gold earlier on, but it also comes in a red, and you can see the pearl in the red, and a lighter gold. I just think they did a Benertex did a spectacular job printing this. And this one is really fun to quilt. I use this for my background for Diamond Jubilee, and you can kind of loosely follow the lines and make a really organic feeling background. And this is probably, if I had to choose a favorite, this might be my favorite this time. But those are all floral prints for this collection. So there's lovely golden white prints in the collection, but there's also a range of colors as well. So you can make quilts in all different styles. So